This is just a snapshot of where we see our product plan evolving to. So, the Roadster, engineering on the Roadster is basically done. We're taking sales, we're in production right now. We expect to build on the order of 1,800 in all of 2009 and several hundred this year. So we're basically sold out for about 12 months right now, if you look at it that way. If a new order comes in today, it's around 12 months. So with the engineering basically done on the Roadster, we have a lot of our focus is really on the next products. The whole engineering team is still quite busy. We're still working hard every day, and what we're spending most of our time on is a sedan. It's a sports sedan. These are some of the general specs that we have public right now. It will definitely be a high-performance vehicle, and that's really something we want to have core to our brand and our image and technology. So it'll be sub 6 seconds, 0 to 60 time, and have an option of greater than 200-mile range as well. And 4-door, 5-passenger vehicle with a price around $60,000. And the real purpose here is to increase volume and increase utility of the car. The Roadster is a very high performance, really designed to be the best that we could do with the technology available. But it's difficult to go and get groceries, to carry people around in it. It's more of a fun car and something you can really have a good time with. I'm sure people will end up commuting in it who are diehard EV supporters, but at the same time it's important to get to something that we can build in quantities much larger than a few thousand a year at a much lower price point, and that's what this is designed to do. We also have another project that we're working on in parallel that's we haven't said too much about, but it's a much smaller car designed to be even lower cost than what the sports sedan is. What the focus of this is to get to even higher volumes and potentially do this in partnership with other companies where we can leverage expertise of multiple organizations to do this better than just we could alone. Can't say too much more about that right now, but more announcements will probably be coming in the next 6 to 12 months. And the Roadster, we've gone through a phenomenal amount of work. This is, turned out to be a lot more work than certainly we anticipated when we started this. Building a prototype and proof of concepts was relatively quick in the whole grand scheme of the program. And we had, driving prototypes that could show the range and acceleration in, 6 to 12 months, and thought we were well on our way. But actually going through FMVSS certification, getting all of that NHTSA permitting, everything you need to do to really get a vehicle fully certified and legal for sale in the U.S. is obviously challenging, and that's something it's been daunting, and it's a difficult task to break into this market. I think we've managed to do it a little bit more efficiently and quickly than most of the major OEMs could have done in this period, but it still has taken a lot more than we anticipated, and more than I think many startups are anticipating today. Just crash testing alone is, of course, a big piece of this. We've had to crash a half dozen vehicles or more, fully built up cars to verify safety of the battery pack and propulsion systems and things like that. And we've also had good reviews and acclaim. We held off for quite a while actually showing the car to the media, but when we finally did, we wanted to make sure we had something that was near production ready, that wasn't going to break down or have issues while we were letting them drive it. So we really worked very hard, and early this year we basically let all the car magazines come and take the car, go for rides, do whatever they wanted to do in the vehicle, and the reviews were, I think, surprising. I think most people thought that this was going to be kind of a glorified golf cart or a kit car, or in some manner hugely limiting, and in general they all found it to be a pretty capable sports car, and that's what you really notice driving these cars and many EVs. You pretty quickly forget that it's an EV, and you just start to focus on the fact that the drivability, the response, the feel is actually a lot better than most gasoline cars. And particularly in a sports car and a high-performance car, that drivability and that feel is really something that's very desirable. Totally separate from the fact that you're avoiding the use of gasoline and the fact that it's more efficient, and you're not necessarily entirely focused on the cost per mile, but this is a desirable attribute of the vehicle itself.